Hello, this video is following up on our meeting to show you the proposed improvements for your fourplex and your personal unit. Starting with the exterior, you can immediately see the clear anodized aluminum casement windows and doors that are all new, and of course the perimeter security fence that will have landscaping all around it so that it provides security, but really you're looking at landscaping and nature. As we make our way through, you will see the new openings and the planters so you can access the units directly. And we will make our way into your unit. So you can see the interior improvements. I made some updates since we met based on your comments. So you can see the lighter wood and the dining table / desk and work area. Before, this was a full height storage cabinet with a washer and dryer, but I've now moved that into your second bedroom closet, so it's out of the way, which I think is a great location with the exhaust venting straight out to the side. And being so, I also eliminated the soffit that was above here to carry that duct, so it's nice and open, and I think really opens up the space more. With that said, you will need to be sure to dust on top of here. 90% of homes I go into, if you stand up on a step stool, wipe your finger across the top, you don't want to know what I see. So just be sure, if we do leave this open on top, that you make sure it's dusted and cleaned regularly. So another change you can see is before I had these cabinets segmented where the wood pieces came down, and it really balanced out on each side. It also separated your desk area from the dining table. What I'm proposing here, and tell me what you think, is to have it nice, clear, and open, which gives you additional surface area, so it's not as segmented and feels more open. With that said, in the previous scheme, I had this panel coming down and closing off to conceal your laptop and any other desk items that you have. And I still have that panel sliding, which I will show you. So you can see that panel still slides down, which will allow you to store items in the top. So if you want to put things away, you can put them in there and then slide them back up. It's a little bit different of a feel. I think it's more open, but if you do want your work area completely separate, closed off from the dining and work surface, then we can do that. And I'll lift that back up. There we go. So you can see here the marble backsplash terminates right at these wall-hung cabinets. I think it gives a nice modern feel and really helps open and expand the space. Looking to your right, you now have the open concept kitchen, eliminating the wall that's there and shifting the kitchen out as much as we can. I have moved the refrigerator freezer over as much as possible to maintain the minimum clearance between the dining table and the refrigerator freezer. I do think that this small corner here is a perfect place to put a potted plant. I think it'll really help with the feeling of the space, and it's a good use of the space. Over here we have the wine cabinet, the wine refrigerator underneath, so it opens up to this side and makes use of the space underneath the cabinet. And of course the refrigerator freezer, as I previously suggested in our meeting, is the glass opening with the integrated panels around. That way it gives you the nice modern feel, and it also opens the space up more by being able to see through and see the layers within the refrigerator. It adds more depth as opposed to just a solid front piece on most refrigerators. And I've eliminated many of the uppers that we had when we met, which I think additionally opens the space up more all around. And at the moment I'm showing a soffit on this side that wraps around. You will need a soffit at a minimum to this hood so the duct can vent out. That's the new hood vent and also the new gas stove and cooktop. We'll go into the kitchen so you get a feeling for it. So now the sink is located by the window. This wall is completely open. If you wanted to add shelves or anything, we could, but I do think having it nice and open will really help with the function and feeling of the space. You could of course put some nice vases with flowers or plantings or any other little items over here, but that way when you're at the sink or the stove you can look over, see your daughter, see your friends and family, and there's nothing in the way. And it also helps with the natural light. You can kind of see as we slide across that the light comes in from the two windows and the door now into the entire space. And this gives you the maximum counter space. So you have a nice work area, nice place to set everything, and I think it'll be real comfortable. You can see this is wider now. Before this was 18 inches. I've shifted it over another 10 inches or so and really tried to maximize the space for you. Just make our way around here, point out a few other things. You can see that I've carried this backsplash to be full height just a little bit past the counters, and that is actually in line with this end. So you can see this sticks out about 5 inches further than this plane. Again, just trying to maximize the space. And I do think that that full height backsplash really accentuates the space and makes it feel bigger than it is. Similarly with the soffit, I think by wrapping it around, it forces you to look to this side, which is where the windows and doors are, which again makes it feel larger than it is. Now, this space over here, you can see these cabinets are in the same plane. They're flush with the refrigerator and freezer, so that's approximately 2 feet deep, as opposed to most upper cabinets are only 1 foot deep. And the advantage, obviously, of doing this is you get twice as much capacity with less wall coverage. So essentially, rather than having just 1 foot deep uppers all across this side, you get twice as much storage capacity and half of the space occupied, half of the wall space occupied. And I think that it fits in really well. And then the other advantage to it, of course, is to have that as an appliance garage. So as you can see, with this panel coming down, now everything that you had on this counter can be concealed. So if you're cooking and you have your spices you use all the time, you have a blender, a coffee maker, all the little countertop appliances that you need to have out for easy access, but you don't want to be sore on the eye, especially when you have guests over. They can all be lined up on this wall on the countertop, and then this panel right here folds up and in, so all you do is you take it out and drop it down. So it pulls out and drops down. And of course I will detail all of that in the construction drawings, but that is the concept. So again, this is with it open, so you have a 2 foot deep countertop where you can have all sorts of items, and then you pull out this panel and drop it down, and this is all covered and concealed. So this is the kitchen and work area, and then this is a place for toys or other items to be stored. It's almost like a big buffet. That's what I was thinking with opening it up. is that it makes this space versatile. So you still do have your work area. You could also line this up with food or all sorts of stuff when you're eating here, move things out of the way when you're not using them, and then stick your work items up in these cabinets right here. And of course you do have, I just want to point out, the 2 full file size drawers and the pencil drawers, and then also in here a nice big space to put in a printer. So it's a very functional desk area, especially considering the amount of space and items I know that you said you have, which is very minimal. So I think it's almost a Scandinavian kind of vibe, where it's nice and clean and open. And this dining table, which is built in, is 6 feet long, so you can easily fit 6 people, if not 7, 3 on each side and possibly 1 on the end, if you don't mind just kind of weaseling around while they're sitting there. And of course, imagine this with plants and flowers and all the nice little items and pictures. I can imagine a picture with you and your daughter displayed. So that is that space. And next we will move to your master to show what we are proposing in there. The new French doors with the clear anodized aluminum frames and clear glass, which really help open up the space. And then putting these double barn doors to where one door can slide here to cover this closet space, and the other can slide to the new opening for your master bath. And as you can see, I've now updated the floor to be a lighter gray to give you an idea of what that would look like. And this is with the new white marble all around and the built-in sink. And of course the sink is just conceptual. We can modify it, have the corners rounded, or change it however you want. The idea is a wall-hung sink with a continuous counter and the ledges above with the mirror backing. And the advantage of this design, of course, is, as you mentioned, you have different cosmetics you want to be able to reach for and not have to take them in and out and move all around. For convenience, you can just have them sitting over here. You grab them, you can look straight through to the mirror, and it's very functional, and I think will look really nice as well. I'm showing, this is a nice Kohler smart toilet. Of course, you can pick out a different toilet, but that one I think really gives the spa-like modern vibe that we discussed. And the shower with the one fixed glass panel here, and then this is a shower door that will swing open, and we will put new plumbing fixtures, of course. The next step in the process is design development once we have all this settled, and we'll look into the plumbing fixtures, the lighting fixtures, and pick out all the little items. So that is looking at the master suite now with the ensuite bath and this wall opened up where before, the existing just has a little swing door in there. And of course we swapped the toilet and the sink locations. And now I'll make our way into the second bathroom. You can see in here what I proposed when we met is this wall-hung Duravit vanity and Duravit toilet. It's from their Philippe Starck collection. It's just a nice, clean, modern look, and it has these rounded edges, which are good, especially for safety. You don't want anyone chipping the corners or hitting themselves. The marble all around, so you have the same aesthetic. The shelves to place items as needed, and I've updated this where before I had the medicine cabinet sticking out, you now just have a single mirror. And of course, like I said, the next step is we'll work together on the lighting, so I will look at how the mirror and the lighting and all of that comes into play. And again, the same floors in here. And I added, you can notice, the ceiling hum shower curtain. So I think it'll give a nice cool feeling in there. It's simple and open. You have plenty of places to store things, and it's highly functional. And that is the majority of the interior that I have done as far as the interior scope. And of course, based on our meeting, I've moved the washer and dryer into the other closet. And now I'll make our way to the exterior. So going out your back door, you now have the fence all along the perimeter with landscaping all around it, so that when you look out your window and door, you'll now see landscaping. And then these are concrete pads, so a little path, the gate out this way, and then the common sidewalk. And in this area, you will have our washer and dryer accessed from the gate for your building. And the new windows and doors really make a dramatic difference. And then I'm showing this as the trash collection area. And I know that's where the trash is now, so it's just creating a fence around. And this opening right here would be a double gate, so you can access it from either side. So you can come from the inside, put your trash in there, and then the trash collectors can take it this way. And if you notice, the other thing is that the exterior looks nice and clean with all of the air conditioning units moved up to the roof. Again, it's another concrete pad. It will step down from your new master doors. And that is it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Of course, I welcome your feedback, and I hope that this video is helpful, so you can revisit the design and let me know what you think. Thank you again.